Hi, this is Ian Spanier and I'm on location for Westcott U. Today we're at a soccer facility. It's about 90 degrees in here, so I'm going to talk kind of quick since I'm nice and warm. I'm going to break you through a set that I would do on a typical assignment that would be maybe for a newspaper, a magazine, or an athletic department where I'm going to be working with an athlete and we need to capture a number of different portraits in one location. So on our set, we're going to work with our main light, an FJ400, which is a battery-operated portable strobe. I like to work portable because I don't like lots of cords around me. It's much easier, and sometimes when you're on location, you might not even have an option to plug in. I've got a 7-foot silver umbrella with diffusion on it, and I've got it set to a pretty flat angle in order to give the feel of maybe a big window. I've got it feathered away from my subject just a little bit to mimic that feel of what window light is pretty much doing. Originally, I was planning to just use one light, but in our decision to use a dark background, I needed to add a second light just to give a little bit of separation. Our subject has dark hair, so I wanted to make sure I could deal with that. So I added an Apollo 43-inch silver umbrella, also with diffusion on it. And originally I had about a 2.5 stop difference between the two lights. Once I had that set, I did a test frame and determined that it was maybe a little bit too much of a highlight and less of a subtle light on his shoulders. So I threw away the technical part and I go more off feel at that point. And so I brought it down about 1/3 to 2/3 of a stop difference so that it would feel a little bit more natural. As far as the background goes, I'm using an X-drop with black fabric. This is something that I'll do on location quite often. I can't always trust that I'm going to walk into a location and have a great background. We are going to do some environmental portraits, but part of my assignment today was to create a more formal portrait where our subject's going to be wearing a suit. So bringing in a background like this gives me more options. Sure, there's walls here, but I can't always rely on those walls as being good for a background. So the control of having my own background, portability, all perfect for me. It's something I'm always going to put in my car. Since I'm going to add this extra light in order to separate my subject from the background a little bit, what I always like to recommend is that you kind of set your light angle first and then bring it up above your background, rotate it at the top so that you're not banging into your background. Then of course we want to add a sandbag. Now when I travel, quite often I'm on a plane and of course I can't bring sand with me, so I really like these as a solution because I can just fill them up with water whenever I get to location and boom, instant sandbag. Whenever I'm planning out a shoot, I always like to create a consistent package. So if I'm going to use 2 lights in the first setup, I might not really deviate from that. If I'm going to deviate at all, it's going to still have the same overall feel from the first shot. So if I can make it cohesive as a set of pictures, it just makes it better for my client to be able to use more than one picture, especially if it's a magazine or newspaper article where they're planning to run 2 or 3 frames. So what we did for the field shot was take that same 7-foot silver umbrella with the diffusion, but I raised it up really high with a nice angle to it in order to kind of give the feel of what maybe a nighttime soccer field would look like. We took a couple of test frames and noticed that the background wasn't really appealing. So in those cases, you can use light to help tell that story of what you're creating with your setup. So that setup basically changed from a 1 light setup to we added a second light, and that second light I stuck right behind my subject and fired it basically straight at camera. So I used my subject to block that second light and create the feeling of some drama, and that drama really helps to make a more interesting image. Once we got that shot nailed, we figured the client was there, they might want some kind of action shot. This is an athlete after all. So I started off jumping up to high-speed sync, since the FJ400s have that option, and we just tried a couple of shots with Youssef juggling the ball. And then from there we figured we might as well push it a little bit and asked him what kind of tricks can you actually do, and lo and behold, everybody loves the Pele bicycle kick, so we challenged him to do the bicycle kick. It only took a few frames, but he nailed it, and once we had him centered with that backlight, we nailed our perfect shot. I really love the challenge of showing up on a location with a pretty small amount of equipment. Sure, it's great to show up with a cube truck full of gear and you can have everything at your disposal, but to be able to do a lot with 1 or 2 lights really shows off, in my opinion, to your clients, and you can show that you don't really need to have a lot of expensive gear just to get the job done. Little changes really what makes the difference. So if you start your first set with your light set at a pretty vertical angle, and just by changing the angle of the light, you change the quality of the light, you change the overall story that you're telling, and you really can kind of get across more than one feel to a shoot. Thanks so much for joining us today. Please let us know what images you like the best, and I look forward to seeing your responses.